So right now I'm looking up the debt in the UK. So the government are in debt, yeah? And I googled to who, so private investors, things like that. And I wondered, how much are they in debt? So I looked up, their debt is 2.7 trillion at the moment. So the government is in major amounts of debt and they need to pay that back. Because if we have a look very quickly at this, averages out to about £36,000 each person in the UK. So my debt, share of that debt is 36,000. So even if we all came together and said we want to pay it back, I have to pay 36,000 just for the debt. How much do they generate in revenue is the question. So remember, 2.7 trillion is what they're in debt. So HMRC collected about 850 billion. So they're about 3, 4, 5 times. If they don't spend anything, they literally just to pay their debt off. Not to grow the country, not to increase things, not for things to get better, not to grow industries or fund services better. If you think the government, you're saying to the government, let's sort of start to fund this area, they're going to be like, with what? That's basically what they want to say. They want to say, we are in debt, mate. we ain't in a position to start spending more on this service. So I started to realize financially, the country government is finished, mate. Like, I don't know if that figure's grown or it's gone up, but half of it is actually from NI, yeah? And it's from capital gains taxes and obviously income tax. This isn't from like donations or anything like that, or we're selling stuff. This is just taxing the people that are generating stuff. So I looked up, debt comes with interest. And I realized that basically about 15%, £107 billion, just goes to paying interest on the debt. Let me say that again. 107 billion is the yearly interest payments on the debt. And that doesn't mean, so if the government, and this is like not verbatim, there's other finances, there's other things that factor in, but a broad perspective is about 15% of all the money, all the tax you pay just goes on interest, in paying the interest, the debt, which is ridiculous. Eventually, that will grow more. Those figures will grow higher. Our interest payments will grow higher. Yeah. And those interest rates are probably, static. It's not like they're not on a tracker mortgage. That interest payment has to be paid. So the government is obviously printing more money, causing the inflation. This is where it all stems from. The government have no money. And this is why local authorities got no money, because they're having a funding cut. And the local authorities are saying, okay, we'll sell the hospitals, we'll sell the schools, we'll sell the local buildings. These private companies come in with the debt, with the interest, and then they pay it off. It's like, it's a shambles. They should just default on the debt, mate, and declare bankruptcy. Obviously, that will be major implications, but it's only going to get worse. Like, the debt is growing. I mean, I would love to see if the debt actually goes up or down or what, but that is a huge amount. I'm sure every country has it, but eventually everything that's collected from HMRC is just going to go over to be paying the debt. And I'm sure some countries it's worse. So imagine you're paying tax, whatever your tax bill is, 15% of that is just going to the interest payments because they borrowed too much money for whatever reason. They'll blame COVID, they'll blame this, but actually it's just their mismanagement. They had a plan, it didn't go to plan, and now we will have to pick up the bill.